Hi, I'm Will. This is Luke. We're doing a thing. Let's get started. Ready, Luke? Let's do it. Share your screen. Let's get rolling right now. Ready?
No.
We got a lot to cram in. Just a little bit of time. We're going to be able to do this. Do I have to take it for you to get started? Do a screen.
Were you recording?
Go, 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 go.
Were you? Okay.
Last week, when the tank died, it said game over. And this week, what we want to do is make it to where not only does it say game over, but it also displays the top scores. And today we have a lot to cram in. Sorry about the tapping on the microphone. There we go. So today we have a lot to cram into one video. It's going to be a little bit longer, but it'll be worth it because we're going to take that top scores. They're actually going to pull from a Google Sheet that we got that's public that anyone, you could go to. Make sure to subscribe and smash that comment button and like your friends. And
missing.
Ring the bell. Yeah. Just like us when we go public with our company, we're gonna ring the bell. All right. First things first. We're going to start a Google Sheet for the first time. And
Yep. Okay.
I'm sorry. You know what? My bad. Let's close out. We're going to start a Google form. It's way easier. Now, the reason we're doing a Google form is that this is the only way that I know how to put information into the sheet. I know how to get information out from the sheet, but I need to... All right, great. This form, we're going to... Yeah, let's just go ahead and get started. So this is our tank shooter top scores, whatever you want to call that. Cool. And then if you go down below to the next one, what do we have for what is untitled question? Multiple choice. We're going to drop that down and we're going to choose short answer, topmost. Perfect. And that is, we can change the name untitled question. We can just make it name. I think it's fine.
Okay.
And
Let
then
me just do this 2 more times, I'm guessing.
you got it.
How do
There's a little plus sign just to the right of that little action bar you've got there. There you go, up a little bit, right there, bam. Short answer. And then we'll call this one score. And this one date. Cool.
Can
Now,
we change this to like initials,
oh, okay, sure.
right?
You'll
Like,
need to
are we
reference it
doing
later, so as long as you can remember that, that's all that matters. No, I mean, yeah. We're going to make this work, and then we can talk about the application of limiting what letters are available when we have the input fields, but that would be later.
I want a full Galaga. Like, I have to scroll up with the arrow keys like 20,000 years. Choose my...
You like
L.
to add extra challenges and stuff. Okay. I don't know if we should make games together. Anyways, in the top right, click on those 3 dots.
Perfect for each other. Don't even...
You know, we're like the yin and the yang, you know? No, super top right, next to the little send button. Yeah. All right. So we want to make sure that this is... Yeah, that's what we want. Get pre-filled link. That's what we need. Great.
And then get link.
Let's fill it up with stuff. Let's fill it up with junk. What I want to do for the name, yeah, you can fill it in whatever you want. And then...
What does the date time format need to be like?
Yeah, it's actually what I'm loading up right now. I'm glad you mentioned that. You know what? It doesn't matter. Just type in a date. It's okay. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Perfect. Great. And then, yeah, click get link. And that one's copied. So let's go into our... I realized we're not going to necessarily need this link because that's more for the input. We will, but not immediately. That's more for the input.
I'm gonna put it on a notepad for right now.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, sure. I personally find myself putting it on inside of the script. Actually, let's do that. Let's just go in the script. So we'll go to Unity, and then we're gonna right-click anywhere and create a new game object, and we're gonna call this one Scorekeeper. Create empty. There you go. Just empty. There you go. And then Scorekeeper. We'll call us.
I spelled that very poorly.
Or you know what? Actually, let's call this Save Load Manager or something like that, where we're doing the upload and the downloading of the Google Sheet. That's actually what this is doing. Great.
Okay.
Then we're gonna add a script. Start typing in save load, and then new script, and then add new script. Create an ad on the bottom. Wait for it to show up.
Oh, jeez. Uno momento.
Awesome.
Okay.
And then, yeah, okay. Cool.
So we have it.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right. Let's go to the form, and we're gonna click on. So that one's for when we're uploading. We don't quite need that yet. Click on the responses tab up in the top. This is what we needed. My bad. Now click the green. Yeah, there you go. That's it.
Oh, we should take shooter top scores. Okay.
All right, great. And now we'll click the share button up in the top left. And we want to make this as public as possible. So change to anyone with the link. You see it in the bottom there. There you go. And then,
You're gonna like blur my email and stuff, right?
is it your email?
Well, it was showing it up earlier. Yeah.
Okay, so drop down anyone with the link and editor. We need to make that editor.
Okay.
We need to make this as public as possible. Granted, anyone, yeah, there you go. And then copy the link, though. We need to copy it. And then hit done. It is true that if anybody does have this link to the Google Sheet, that they can enter their top scores manually, but that's not why we're doing this. All right, cool. So now we'll go back into your script. We're going to use that link that we have. And then notice how it says sharing at the end.
Mm-hmm.
We need to edit that
Okay.
to where it says we're going to delete all the way to the word edit ? There you go. Keep going back, actually. That word edit, we're going to remove that. And we're going to say export ? Format equals CSV. That's it. That's our link.
Okay.
Great. Okay. So now what we're going to do is copy that link, and yeah, there you go. And now online, we want to create a public to this class. We want to create a public string. Do you know where to do that? Super close. It has to be after that bracket.
Oh.
There you go. Has to be after that bracket. So then we want to declare it string. It doesn't have to be public. Actually, it's better if you don't, just because we don't want it to show in the inspector. So just, yep, and then paste that in. You can actually just declare string. Oh, maybe call this like URL. Okay.
Right.
And then equals. And then give me a quote. Yeah, we'll need to wrap that in quotes. Double quotes. Yeah. There you go. Cool. Let's reference the score object. So that object that has the list of names. So we're going to do, we're going to create a new line right underneath that. And everything we work on, every time we add a new one, it's going to be right under there. That's that section where we have all those public variables. So that's going to be public game object. And we need a score list object. Score list obj. Cool, and then we'll finish that and then add a new line, and we're going to make this one is a capital T Text Mesh Pro. Nope. Nah, just you don't need to declare it as public. You don't need to declare it as anything at all. There you go. Text Mesh Pro. Perfect. But end with UGUI. UGUI. Why? I have no idea. But that was, remember, one of those videos we went back inside of the script to copy that information. And yeah, this one, score list text. Cool. Using TMP, R, lowercase ro. Hate autofill. TMP, ro. Perfect. Semicolon. That's it. All right. Let's save it, and then we'll load those objects up.
Okay.
All right. We need that object that says top scores, where it says LJP.
Yeah, so that's in here. And that's the top score list, right?
Well, to confirm, hit the 2D button on your scene view and zoom out a bunch to be able to see it. And then as you click on stuff, notice how it's highlighted there. So that's perfect. That's what we need. So now you know which one it is, and then you can drag and drop that thing in there. Perfect.
Cool.
And so now we need to reference it in the script to grab what we need. So in the start function, we're going to say score list text. You know this part, right?
Get.
Not yet. We're telling what score list text is. Right now, we haven't done that. So how do we assign it?
Oh.
Really? All right. Score list object. No, you had it. You had it. No, you had it before. So we're assigning this is great. This is great, and we're assigning that value. Score list text.
Right, so it's going to be list object.
Yep. Now you got it. And then
get component. Is that the correct syntax?
I don't know. Yeah. Oh yeah. This is perfect. Yep. And then toss in the object inside of your brackets.
And that's going to be the text mesh.
Not there. There you go. Right in there.
And that's going to be the text mesh pro.
Yep. You got it.
And then we need this.
Cap it off. Dunzos.
Okay.
You got it. Look at you.
Eventually.
Okay. So we've got it. You know what? I'm kind of concerned about something. Here's what I'm concerned about. This score list object, this thing that saves it, right? This this object that we're working on. What did we call it? MGR script?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Like a manager
I would
script?
definitely not call it that in the future. It's like calling it a script. Because there's managers for everything. You know, you got the pan manager, you've got the... But whatever, it is what it is. So for the manager, who's the really important manager, what's supposed to be the export-import manager or upload-download manager, this one... Depending on when its start function calls and when the tank player's start function calls, the tank player, I think, is responsible for turning off this object's parents, this being the score list text parent, right? It turns it off when this game starts, and when it dies, it flips it on, right? So if it's off, this save load manager could be trying to grab information from that object when it's already off. So we need to isolate it and make sure that this is the only one that does that. It's not too bad. So let's add a new object here at the end of line 12.
Okay.
A new object that's going to be score list parent object. There you go. Great. And then at the end of line 18, we're going to have the score list parent object turn off. So we'd say new line, score list parent object dot set active, and then yeah, there you go. Perfect. So now let's load up the Tink script and make sure it's not doing that. If it was doing it before, it is no longer responsible for doing that.
Okay, I believe it definitely was.
Yeah, me too.
Score list. Score parent.
Yeah, there it is. Cool. Just comment that out. Or that's all we need. That kill it.
Okay.
Okay, and save both. And we'll see if we got any conflicts there. And we need to assign that parent to the save load manager. So if we click on the save load manager script, if you go back into Unity,
Oh, sorry.
and then you click on the save load manager, and then we need to drag and drop something in there. Okay, cool. So let's play it and make sure it's doing what we want it to. Should turn off. Okay.
Seems like it worked.
Yeah, and then could you die real quick? Cool. Okay.
Cool.
So let's make it to where it's downloading the information. So we'll go to the save load manager. I'm a little concerned about the timing of when the object becomes available or active again, and then this object's going to try to like tell it. So going to tell it to update the text. So we'll see how it works, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Okay.
All right. So when we start, we need to just start up a coroutine. So let's go after line 20. We'll add a new line inside of the start function. Yeah, there you go. And then we're going to say start coroutine with a capital S. There you go. Perfect. Open it up, and we're going to call this function download data. And then we're going to open and close the parentheses right after the A because it's a function, and then we'll close it up. Perfect. Now we're going to write that function. So we're going to go back down under the update function. There you go. And we're going to say public enumerator. Download data. Okay, this actually takes some time. So we're going to wait 1 second. So that's the first thing we're going to do is yield return new, wait for seconds. And then just put a 1F in the middle there. Cool. All right, it takes a little bit. So
Sure. Yep.
I'm wondering if we need to do that. Anyways, whatever. So we're gonna create a string, but we're gonna just set it to null. So string, and we're gonna call it download data, which we already have that. So that's a bad idea because your function's named the exact same thing.
Downloaded data. That won't
go.
get confusing.
Perfect. That'll be fine. I'm not too sure. I'm not too concerned about the confusingness because it's just within this function. But I don't know if there's going to be a conflict if you name a function and a variable the exact same name. There might be an issue with C#. But
I think, yeah.
let's set it to
just asking for it.
Yeah, let's set it to null. There you go. Sweet. And then we're going to try 100 times to get this. So we're going to create a for loop, and we're going to say for open parentheses, int I equals 0. And then you got a comma. Yeah, it's got to be a semicolon at the end of the 0. There you go.
Sorry.
No, it's
too many
okay.
coding languages.
I is not quite yet. So delete your incrementer. There you go. This is the conditional. So what do we do when it's still looping? So I is less than 100. Perfect. And then we'll do ampersand. There you go. Downloaded data equals null, or equals null, excuse me. We don't want to assign it, we want to check it. Now you do your incrementer, I++. Cool, so what that for loop is saying, no semicolon at the end of the plus. You added it, I don't know what to, okay, yeah, open and close. So what this is saying is it's a double conditional. So the two conditions are, if you're under 100, keep looping through this thing, or if downloaded data is still null, keep looping through this thing. Cool. So
wait, shouldn't this be 4?
No, no. Because or says that either are true. Either I'm less than 100, or keep this thing null.
Yeah, but don't we want
We need them both
as
to
soon
be
as
true.
downloaded data?
Keep going. As soon as downloaded data is not null, both are null. It's no longer true that both are true. So both have to be true with our and, with our double ampersand.
Got it.
And once now this is not equal null, we now have
Got
a
it.
false for that condition.
Got it.
When you start getting into these, their discrete math is annoying.
Yeah, the backwards of the null was definitely
Definitely. Yeah, I got
Yeah,
you. I guess you
gotcha.
could do does not equal null, but whatever. Anyways, okay, the next line we're going to do is really annoying and very niche, and we'll never have to do this again except for this one particular thing where we're getting information from.
okay.
Yeah, so it's the word using, space, open a parentheses, capital U, Unity, web, request. There you go. Perfect. Unity web request space, that's the data type. And we're going to call it lowercase web request, WEB, capital R, there you go. Equals, and then type in Unity web request again, because that's the class we're calling, dot capital G get, open and close your parentheses. And inside of there, we need to put export URL, which should technically be import URL, if you think about it, but whatever.
The export from the site. You could argue it both ways.
All right, open and close your parens. Let me double check that because it's a weird
At the
line of
where
code.
where my opening.
Or I'm sorry, brackets. Yeah, because this is a function. So new line, and then we'll let's go ahead and put a new line.
New,
Yep.
This is a semicolon.
No, we're gonna put a new line here. There you go. Now open a brace. There you go. Perfect.
Oh, that's
got
what
it.
I mean.
Yeah, I think I said something wrong. Okay, now we're gonna do yield return web request lowercase w. Yeah, there you go. Dot send web request. It's a function, so capital S send web request. Perfect. Open and close your parens. Semicolon at the end of that. There you go. I think that's it. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, cool. And then we're going to do a new line, and we're going to say an if statement. So if web request, lowercase w, web request dot result, and then does not equal, so bang equal. There you go. Bang equal capital U Unity, capital W web request. There you go. Dot capital R result. Dot capital C connection error. Great. Close your paren. And then new line. Actually, no semicolon yet because it's an if statement. So we're gonna. There you go. And we're gonna say downloaded data equals lowercase w web request dot download handler lowercase d. Yeah, there you go. Download handler. Perfect. Yeah, looks good. Dot text. End semicolon. Okay, so this is looking good. And then add a new line after this if statement. There you go. And we're going to dispose it. So lowercase w web request dot capital D dispose. It's a function, so we're going to capital D. Yeah, there you go. And we're going to open and close our parens. And then at the end of one more brace, so go down one and then a new line. So we're outside of this using statement. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. And then we're going to do yield return null. So that's for every single time we have our for loop, it's going to yield return null.
Okay.
We're almost done. And then we're going to go outside, so outside of the for loop. So now we're all done. We are going to, yeah, man, this is all or nothing. All right, let's do it. Capital C, we're going to create a new function here. We're going to call it right now, and then we'll create it later. So capital C, create leader list, I guess, or you can call it create player list. But what we're doing is we just downloaded all the data, all that garbage from line 33 to 51. All we're doing is we just got the data. So now
we're like parsing it from the CSV into usable information.
You got it. Yep. And now each row is going to create a new player for every single row. And it doesn't matter if they're in the top scores or not. Everybody who's played this game and has at one point in time gotten the top score, they're going to be in this list. And so what this is going to do is, like you said, it's going to parse the data, and then it's going to take that data and put it into a list of these this class. So you and we need to agree whatever this class is going to be called. Who are these people who have been previous leaders? Do you call them players? Do you call them leaders? Legacy leaders? Okay, cool, players. So we're going to call it the player class is what we're going to be calling this. Yeah. All right, so inside of this, we need to open and close our parentheses, and we need to put download data inside of it as our argument. So, yeah, download data, that's perfect. Let's remove those braces, though, because we're not creating this function. We're just calling it right now.
Right.
And then we'll have
this downloaded the data, right?
Yeah, I always double-click it. See if that works for you. Double-click. Yeah, see how it kind of highlights them? But notice what we did on line 35. So we declared the string as null. So there is a chance, for whatever reason, that this might not work, and then it'll take null and toss it in as the argument. So we'll need to check for that when
we make this function.
Yeah,
that'll be the first thing we do.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's really all we've done is that's a string is all that is. It's a really, really big, long string.
Okay.
Cool. But we're not quite done with this one function. So we're going to, so this one here, we're going to say sort leader list. Actually, why are we doing it that way? That doesn't make any sense.
Why would you not do that just in...
Yeah, let's kill that. That's a bad idea. Because there's a chance the timing might be off, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
So let's do that in the create data. Yeah, okay, cool. Very end of this, we always have to finish our coroutines with a yield return null. Every time. All right. Cool. So we got our data. There's really no way to test this until we do this create player list function. And before we can create this player list function, we need to actually create the class. So let's create the class first. Don't save. Or did you already? This is where you answer yes or no.
Yes.
Okay, cool. That's okay. Scroll down to the bottom. We're going to create that function because create player list doesn't exist yet. So let's create it. It's just a public void. Capital C, create player list. String is the argument inside of there. So open our parentheses, string, and then let's call it just data. It's fine. We still have to name it. There you go. Cool. And that should be fine. Let's just save that and see if C# will like it. Okay, yeah, let's open and close the parentheses inside of the function. Didn't care for that.
Right.
I thought it would be fine. Yeah, whatever. See if we got any error. Okay, yeah, we got errors. All right, what's our first one? Oh, you know what? We forgot a using class. Let's go back to the script, and we're going to use a lot of stuff in order to make this work. We're going to go way up to the top. There you go. And then we're going to add using capital U Unity, capital E engine, dot capital U capital I. There you go. Semicolon. So that's for the user interface stuff.
Okay.
Let's do a using system. So just capital S, SYS system. There you go. That one's for some string compare stuff we're going to be doing later. Now here's the one that you were thinking earlier. We're going to do capital U Unity, E engine. Not quite. You would think. Dot networking.
I was really trying.
You were, and I appreciate, and I think you're right. All right, we'll save it. That should clear out most of those errors, if not all of them. Cannot assign download data because it is a method group. So we have a typo somewhere. Rather than download data, we did downloaded data. There it is.
Oops.
That might have been my fault. I said to do it. Perfect.
No, it's probably my fault.
No errors. Great. So now we'll go into the project. We're going to create a new project tab. It's on the bottom. Actually, we're not going to create a script there. This is a little bit different than normal. We don't want a game object to be attached to the script. Oh, yes. It's a little different. So let's right-click inside of your assets folder. Right-click your assets, and then we're going to, put your assets. I'm being a junior hire.
Yeah, you really are. Skirps.
All right, right-click
I
Skirps.
stand.
And then we're going to do create C# script. There you go. Now, here's where we want to call this. It's the player class script. It's something where it's just going to house all of the different members for each column for each row. Great. And then we'll double click on it and it should load up in MS Code. Awesome. So whenever we do this, whenever we have a custom class like this, we need to remove colon mono behavior. We don't want it to be inherited from mono behavior. We want it to be its own thing altogether.
Okay.
Cool.
Do we need a semicolon or anything there?
No, that's
Okay.
perfect. All right, but after line 6, so go to line 6 and create a new line. There you go. We're going to have a member for each.
Column.
Yes. Yeah. So we've got. So it's a
Date time. We got name. We got score, and we got date.
let's make them all public.
Okay.
Public string. So we've got, what do you want to call it? Player name, I think. Be a good one.
I was going from left to right.
Okay.
Is that okay?
We actually don't need the timestamp. That's a Google. I know what you mean.
I was just wondering if we actually needed that.
I can't use it. I tried. It's easier.
No,
just to use it on tape.
I just meant if we needed to parse through it. Still.
Actually, I'm glad you mentioned that. We're going to intentionally skip column 0, if that makes sense. Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned. Look at you. You're all SQL. You know Aries table stuff. Let's make it a little bit more explicit. Let's do like player name or leader name, whatever you want to call it. And then we'll do a public int. That'll be our score. And then a public string. We're actually going to save it as a string. We're not going to bother with doing it as a date. Sweet. That's it. Okay, and we can actually get rid of our start and update functions. We do not need them.
Be gone.
And then add a new line, and this is going to be public, and we're going to capital P player class script. So we're actually, this is called a parameterized constructor is what we're building right now. Notice how it's
It should be the same as this, right?
exactly the same. Yeah, you got it. And what we're going to do is create, whenever a new player script is called, these arguments are going to get tossed in.
This is like the instantiator.
You got it. Yeah. So inside, we do need arguments in there, and we need arguments for each of the 3 things. Hey, instantiate, you knew your shit. Yeah, okay, there you go. Name it well, no, you were good. Just name it slightly different. So like string new player name. It has to be different because inside of the function, we need to differentiate between player name and the other one. My coffee is going straight through me. I need to go. I'm going to be right back. I'm just going to turn off my video. If you want to keep doing that, make sure you have commas in between your... I'll just stop. But yeah, it's commas.
Okay. In one instance, it's semicolons. The next, it's commas. How are we supposed... Go pee. Leave me alone.
All right. So player name equals...
New player name or player name?
No, so that's the interesting thing. So here, when we say player name, just player name, what are we referencing?
The exterior thing.
You got it.
Although, how does that work since this is in this scope? Or is this...
No, everything that's mentioned between lines 7 and 9 is public to the class. It's fully accessible to the class.
Okay, got it. So, and we're doing basically...
Yeah, it's a little more complicated than that. Just a little bit. So, capital... I mean, it could work, but there's a chance that it might not. And it's always safer to do a deep copy instead. So, we'll do equals capital S string dot capital C copy. And then inside of there, add your new player name. That's just the safest way to do it. So we don't quite have access to... let's make sure we have access to that string class. So if you go up to the tippity top, after line 3, just add in a new line, say using capital S system. That's it. That'll give us access to that string class. Okay, cool. So now player score is going to be a tad different. Well, because notice player score, what is that? Yeah, it's an integer. So we're going to say lowercase I int dot capital P.
The hell? Are you serious?
Yeah. That's actually C family. Okay. And
Yeah,
then,
but why is it capital S?
I know.
and
Okay.
lowercase?
Whatever. The word copy on there, make it the word parse with a capital P.
Okay.
Cool. And then let me see. Good. Yeah. Looks great. That's perfect. Cool. Yeah, that's the only one. So int.parse just like takes a string and then just makes it into an integer is all it's doing. I don't think we might need this. I don't know if we need this or not. Yeah, let's pretend. Yeah, okay. I think we're done. So let's save it. And then now we can go back to our manager script. Terrible name. And we can now in our create player class, we're going to create
Mr. Manager.
Create a
Is it create player list?
whatever you have right there. Create player list. Yeah, perfect. Okay. So what do we need first? We need to create.
Don't we need to reference this script first?
We need to create. Yeah, well, kind of. We need to go up to the tippy top, and we need to make a player list. So we're going to make it public because we're going to need access to it later. And we'll say public, capital L list. That's the data type. Open your curly braces, the less than symbol. Sorry, not curly, but these guys. Yeah. Inside of them, put in the class that you have, which is capital P player class script. Fill in that whole thing. There you go. And then we'll close it off. So that's the data type. The data type is a list of player class script objects, and we're going to call this list whatever you want. Player list might be a good idea. So now we're calling it player list, and we're going to say equals, not quite, sorry, equals new, and then you can copy that whole thing. So list player script list. We just copy it over again. There you go. That's it. Cool. So now we have our player list of class objects.
Okay.
And let's set a new line here and give me something. Let's call it a public int, and I want a maximum number of leaders, whatever you want to call it. So the max.
We don't want just like 5.
Perfect. Yeah, and it's safer to do it this way. If you want to change it later,
Okay.
you can increase it. Okay, are we good? It's input field, and then. Let's do the next one, last one, one more line, and we'll do a public int, and we'll call it the player score. Not too sure how we're going to use that yet, but let's see. And then just make it, yeah, that's fine. Cool. Great. So now we're going to go into our create player list class function. Not the class, but the function right there. Awesome. So now we made a reference to it. So we'll say lowercase string and then a square bracket to represent an array. Open and close those things. Close it up, and we'll call it rows. Yeah, there you go. Space. That's the data type. There you go. Perfect. We're going to call it rows.
Got it.
And then we're going to say equals data, referencing that argument from above, dot capital S split. And we're going to split it on the new line. So open your parentheses, and we're going to do a single quote. Single quote. There you
Like
go.
a apostrophe.
Yeah. Now we need this slash. I don't know which one this is.
That's a backslash.
Okay, cool. I never know my backs versus forwards.
Yeah, I think it's the top.
Okay.
Like this is a forward slash. This is a backslash.
Perfect. Backslash lowercase n. And then one more quote to finish that off.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
There you go. That's a character. That's actually represented
Right.
as a character. Yeah, I think it's an ASCII character, and then semicolon. So
Yeah, we use that constantly in
yeah,
web
what-
dev.
what this is going to do is it creates an array of strings, and each
Right.
string for each row. The problem is right now is one string is represented as quote Luke 100, July 6th. That's one string. So then we need to take that string and chop it up. for
Split
each
it out
column. Yeah,
again
you got it.
to yep.
So let's
Yeah,
do
the commas because it's a comma
Separated
separated. Whatever
value,
V
Victor,
stands for.
victory. Very victorious. All right. So
Varay.
we're going to create a new line. We're going to make a for loop. So for int I equals, we're going to set it to 1, actually. That's your skipping. That is where we're going to bypass the
Yes,
the timestamp.
sir. Yes.
semicolon, and then I is less than rows.length. Perfect. Capital L length. Yeah. Okay, I++. And then that is cool. So that's going to say we're going to start from I and then go to the length of the rows. So that's, yeah. Which is only like 4, something like that. Okay. String array. So just like you have above, but now we're chopping. So open and close. There you go. Perfect. And we're going to call this one words because that's what we're doing is we're breaking up each of the 3 words. Equals rows at the ith. So open your square bracket, put an I in the middle. There you go. I dot capital S. We're going to split it again. But this time, what character are we going to use? Yeah, you got it. Sweet. New line. We're going to say string new name equals words. And then we're going to do open brace. We're going to do a 1 in there.
Then
Yep, you're getting it. New score equals words 2. String new date.
at the wrestler.
Sting? I thought Sting was
Yeah.
a bassist. But okay, never mind.
Yes, both.
Okay, wow, he wrestled. That's great.
I think
I had no
so.
idea he was that
I
big.
don't
Huh?
know. I don't know if that's the same person.
I also heard he's a guru in the bed, if you know what I mean.
I have also heard this.
Mhm.
Yes.
Oh.
What
Alright.
is it called? Player class script. Huh? Huh?
Isn't that cute?
Do
But
I
it's
have to
wrong.
Do I have to do new?
Yeah.
I didn't know how to do that. I knew we
Yeah,
needed this
so-
much, but
Paste it again. So player class script, paste it again. Right there. Yeah, just trust me. Just There you go. And then-
so new player class script
nope.
equals
You added that in. You had it. Okay, cool. We need to call it something.
know,
Okay, other side of the equal sign. There you go. Call that
I
one.
don't like that side.
Call that one player. We need to name our variable something. There you go. Perfect.
Fine.
So data type player equals new player class script, and then we toss in those arguments. And now, last thing we need to do, add a new one. New line, we need to add that to our list. So player list, yep, dot capital A, add. There you go. And then toss in that argument as player. That's it. So we're appending that onto the list.
Just want to make sure that's the right. Yes.
And that is it for that. For that.
I'm
Oh,
gonna make sure it compiles at least.
yeah, that's a good idea.
Manager script 1876. 76. 18. This needs a bracket or something somewhere. It's saying something's wrong with this line.
Yeah, we need so move your cursor over one spot. There you go. Open and close prints. There you go. It's a data structure thing with.
Yeah.
It's the way C# handles data structures. All right,
Now we got more things.
Cannot convert int to string. Where are we doing that? Line 15 in the player class script. Let's do that one first. Line 15.
Thought that's what you said it did, funny man.
It does. That's what it does. Oh, I see. The second argument needs to be a string. So no, the argument in the function, not an integer. There you go. Cool. We'll save that one. Okay, and then we got the there we go. Bibbidi Bobbidi Bacon. So the player class is going to call this one. So yeah, we'll go to the tank script. So we're going to call it first. So go to where it dies. It's a big boom function. Okay, right before it dies, call the write leaders text function. So we need a reference to the player class script. So let's GG up super, or whatever you do to go up to the top. Sorry, Vim commands. Super way top, add a new one. So we're going to do a public game object, and we're going to call this one save load manager. And then new line, and we're not going to make this public, but we're just going to say mgr script capital. Yeah, there you go, perfect. And then we'll call this. Actually, let's call this save load manager. And then we'll rename that one to object. So put an obj at the end. I like that. Perfect. Cool. And then let's go down to where we were. And we're going to, yeah, there you go. Now we can say save load manager dot, we'll call this function that doesn't exist yet. We're going to say write leaders text. Or write players text, whatever. And then open and close your parentheses. Nothing in there. We'll just close that up. And that's that. So we're going to call this function. So you can save that. We'll head over to the manager script. It's 2 tabs over. Great. And now we're going to drop all the way down to the bottom, and we're going to write this function. So at the end, there you go. We'll make it public. Public void write players text. Open and close your parentheses. Open and close your curly braces. And then now we need that score text object. So score list text, I think. Oh, I'm sorry. You know what we need? Yeah, that's actually perfect. Well, okay. Score list parent is what we need. Let's set it to true. Score list parent dot set active. There you go. True. Perfect. Now we do score list text. Dot.
Is that already happening here though?
Yeah. Kill that one actually. Yeah. I just want this to be the only one doing that. Good call. Dot lowercase t text. Okay, and then equals. And then double quotes, and then close, open and close them. Perfect. And then semicolon at the end of it. So we're just creating a string. Nothing's in it yet.
Okay.
Cool. And then we're going to add a for loop. So for int I equals 0, I, semicolon, I is less than our maximum number of leaders, whatever that is. I think it's a variable called max if you type in max. There you go, max players, perfect. And then we do I++. Okay, open and close your curly braces. And then the first one is string, and then call it, I don't know, next name, whatever. End name, doesn't matter. And then equals leaders list, or whatever it is, it's players, player list at the ith position. So open your square bracket I dot, but we need the specific member of that class. So was it player name is what it's called? Just type in player name, it'll pop up automatically, it'll recognize it. There it is. And then do your next one, string new score, or next score, whatever, doesn't matter, equals, yeah, player list I dot, and then we need this player score. and then at the end of that, though, we need to cast it to a string because it's not a string. So dot capital T to string. So just to string. Perfect. Open and close your parentheses. It's a function. Sorry. Now you're good to go. Great. And now new line. Last thing we're going to do, we're going to say score list text dot text, just like we have above. And make sure that's a lowercase t there. Perfect. Equals, or actually plus equals, excuse me. That was the whole point of building up that text initially. So now we're going to add on to it. So say next name. And then you can actually use the plus sign. There you go. Perfect. And then inside of those, yeah, you got it. That's it. Yep, you got it. And then at the...
I want to do...
Yeah, awesome. Make sure to add a plus at the end of that quote, though. So before next score.
Sorry. Yep, thank you.
And then the last thing you want to do is plus a new line character. So your single quote, or yeah, maybe double quotes will work. We'll see. And then the other slash, though.
Right.
There you go. And that's it. And then semicolon. And that is that. Woo! We did it. All right, let's save it. Let's see what errors we got.
Okay.
That wasn't that bad. Extra 5 minutes. No big deal. All right. Cool. One thing I want to do, can you click on where it says LGP, that object, that score list, top score list object? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Can you drag one of the blue dots and make it bigger? I need some extra space underneath it. Yeah, there you go. Just keep on going. Perfect. Doesn't matter. Great. Let's hit play. Oh, no, it's not. Let's go into your form and start filling out some garbage in there.
Yeah. Can't we just
Yeah, totally. Or just fill out the form. Either way, it doesn't matter. Whatever's faster. It's probably faster to do it in the spreadsheet.
Well, yeah, but I don't know how the timestamp's gonna freak out.
That's
probably.
true. Yeah, that's a good point. Just hit. This is the pre-made link. So there you go. You got it. And then hit the link button. It's the second. There you go. Yeah. Will Dumb. That's my name. Scored. -3. That's not accurate. And then just do today's date. Just super fast. 07/06/2021. Do it again. I need at least 5. And then
I'm so good. I'm telling myself I'm gonna get that score tomorrow.
I believe you. 10,000. Is that what it was?
20,000.
That'll take you a little bit of time. Will bad. Yes. It's the 8th or something, I think. Can your mom show up in here? Luke's mom? No, not close. We'll work on it. It's a communication thing between us. It's fine. Wow, your mom did really good.
You don't get it, do you?
No.
Okay.
You know that I don't get pop culture references? You should know that about me from now.
That's not a pop culture reference.
It's on you. Okay.
Calculator reference, okay?
Oh, I do know that one. But wait, it was the other way around, though. I would have known if it was 58008.
Whatever.
Because you got to flip the calculator upside down, bro. Wow, my mom did pretty good.
Do we want to do one more?
Sure. Doesn't matter. I'm really wondering if this is going to work. I'm very excited. I hope you're as excited as I am.
I'm anxious.
Me too. All right, here we go. Hit that play button.
Oh, God.
No errors. Seems like that's wrong. Just die. No, don't be good.
Nothing's showing up.
You can keep playing.
Ba-bam, ba-bam, bam. I am wearing the same clothes as last time.
Where I don't think. Wait, really? All right. So give me a play. I want to see what these errors are, so that way we can kind of clean up the mess that we created. I created. Had you create last time? Good old controller. Although you saved it, almost could have not even found out. No, die. I need you to die. No, stop winning. No, hit the button. Thank you. Okay.
Oh,
so
that's right. I'm not going goodbye.
We do. We have a red exclamation mark. It's almost impossible to see, but it's there in the screen. So if you could, yeah, okay. You can stop playing now, Luke.
I'm just, I'm doing what you told me to do.
Stop having fun.
I'm dying.
All right, let's look at the very first one. Up to the tippity top. All right, not the yellow, but the next one. It says something about an exception. Let's read that guy. And the blue text is saying tank controller 210. That's where it's having the error and the null reference error. So let's get into that tank script and look at line 210 and see. Whenever there's a null reference error, that means that there's something that is null, and we're trying to get something out of it. We're trying to refer to a null object. So here's save load manager. So right now what I want to know is did we drag and drop that save load manager in the Unity script where it says save load manager obj? Can we?
No.
There we go. Bibbity bobbity bacon. And that's how we troubleshoot. That's the thing. So let's find our save load object and drag and drop that in. And let's try it again.
Okay.
And that can null reference errors can affect anything. They like the fact you weren't dying right now. That means that the script stopped. It stopped mid compilation and it said, and so we have another error now. So let's look into that one. What do we got? 210.
Instance of an object. Big boom. 210.
Null reference once again. Let's go back and check it out. 210 again, and we have it. Can I confirm it in Unity just to double check that? Just to see. So save load.
I think that's the right thing.
I think so too. That's the object, and then we're supposed to grab the script from it. Let's look at that script line. It should be in like the start or something. Save load manager. So what I do is I double click on the word that I want. So like save load manager in this case would be the one that we're wanting. We want the object, not so much the function. There we go. And then scroll through it. So we've got it there, and that is gonna be our problem. We didn't assign
the script.
Yep, you got it.
Start.
Yeah, I want to see you do it.
So save load manager equals save load manager object dot get component. Oh, yeah. What's the name of the script? What's the name of the script? Is that what I need? Manager script, the thing you hate a lot. Huh? How close am I?
Sir, you've graduated the school of Will.
This crap syntax?
That's
cool.
The benefit of this crap syntax is that it's fast. C# is quick.
That is not fast.
You did it.
But, okay.
You're great. Well done. So now let's test it out and see what happens. We need some loading music.
That took a lot longer than usual.
We need something boring, like Coltrane.
Coltrane's fan. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
It did it. We need some formatting, but it did it.
Yeah, we do need some formatting.
Although Luke Best at 20,000, the chances of that happening again is
This is great. So first, what we'll do, actually, do me this favor. So in everything that's UI related, user interface related, is inside of the canvas in your hierarchy. So we need to open up the canvas. And then inside of there, we're looking for the one that's the actual top scores themselves. So you have a top score parent, and then
step parent.
okay, sounds good. I had a good step parent. She was great. Let's click on top scores list, I think. Is that the one? Perfect. Yeah, that's it. Okay, great. So we want to stretch this out all the way, and we're going to lower the text size a little bit. So the way to stretch it out first is in the target. There you go. Now hold your Alt key, and yeah, you got it. You want to stretch it all the way from side to side. No, not definitely. That looks hideous. Oh, you know what it's doing? Okay, I know what it's doing. Okay, this one, let's do, so it's sizing itself to the parent. So go to the step parent, and notice the step parent's kind of small. It's right there. So let's get that one big. There you go. And I would actually say let's make the step parent the big one, the big blue where it's got stretchies on both sides. There you go.
That one?
Yeah, we'll get that to fill the screen, and then we'll start messing around with the children underneath the step parent. You know,
Okay.
top score title. It's top to
title.
bottom. Yeah,
So like that should be like here.
you got it. Yeah,
Or
you're getting
no,
it.
Wait, game over should be.
Hang tight, hang tight. What we're doing is not moving them around. We're changing their anchor points. So I like the idea of what you did. Change the anchor point to the top, and then bring it down on the negative Y value to get it down where you need. That way, no matter what the size is of the person's screen, it'll always consider the top part in the middle, and then go down according to whatever you set on there. Yeah, you get
So
it.
should this be anchored at the top as well?
Yeah. Yeah, make it consistent. Cool. Now you're getting it. And then I would probably change the font to, I don't know, 45. Maybe nothing. Actually, you know what? We could leave it. You were talking about wanting to limit.
I think the spacing was more of the issue than.
Okay.
And then yeah, limit it to initials. Is that what
Cool.
you're-
Yeah, limit it to just 3 numbers, letters only. We could do that. Okay, cool. That's that. So we did it. So we did it. We got it to where we die, and we grab the information from our Google Sheets, and now we're gonna do a new video where Luke and I are gonna wear the exact same clothes that we are now after the last 5 minutes of this video. And then we're going to show you how we're going to take our new score and input it into the Google Sheets. Thank you.
Cool.
Have a great day. Be awesome. Smash the like. Hit the subscribe. Tell your friends. Slap them on the face. And no.
Don't do that one.
Don't do that. Oh, don't slap them on the face.
Not that last one.
I was talking about hitting stuff. I got really excited. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
All right. Well, we'll see you in the next video. Bye.
William, Billiam. Schmilliam. More like Schmellium.